Oh, welcome to this breaking news edition of the Finn's Faithful podcast. We weren't expecting to go on today. We're going on tonight, but as you can see, my special guest here, Sammy, is at his office. Everybody, I was on the road rushing home. Breaking news: the Miami Dolphins trade Jalen Ramsey, but not only that, also Jonnu Smith, and they acquire Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's back, baby. Wow. Initial thoughts. This kind of played out in real life. It was live. Kind of first half of it was okay. Ramsey got traded. The compensation wasn't announced. Then you heard the Minkah Fitzpatrick part, and then you heard the Jonnu Smith part. Sammy, I know you don't got a ton of time. Jason Sarney will be with us here shortly.
Awesome.
Your thoughts?
Well, it feels like a Madden game. One of those trades that you only see Madden, right? It's like,
yeah.
I was talking with my brother, Steve Haddett from the Fins TV at that moment. We were chatting on the trade, and this is because it's pattern. I'm like, is it real? Is it April Fool's? What is this? I got kind of confused. I'm gonna say I know a lot of people don't agree, but I do believe that the Dolphins won this trade. If you ask me, I think the Dolphins won this trade. Minkah 28, if I'm not mistaken. Jalen Ramsey didn't want to be here. Jonnu getting $12 million for the season is fair, but I don't think the Dolphins were thinking about paying $12 million for a tight end this season. So, and there are a couple of tight ends available in the free agent market, so the Dolphins might be able to flip that pick or do something with the picks they have in the next coming years and get a proper tight end for next season. So I think the Dolphins won this trade. A lot of people are mad. A lot of people love Jalen Ramsey. I love Jalen Ramsey too. I think he's a great player, but he doesn't want to be here, so get him out of here. So I think the Dolphins won the trade. I'm very happy about it.
Look, I've been one to criticize Chris Greer a lot, but he turned the situation. He turned a situation that looked pretty bleak, with Ramsey and the Smith situation, and he turned it into a 28-year-old All-Pro. We know All-Pro safety and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Yeah, it leaves you two holes, but you got a player back who I think as right now you got the best player back. I think anytime you do a trade, when you get the best player back in a trade, you always win the trade. Not only that, this is going to free up a ton of money. I mean, there's so many thoughts after I had to sit and think about, kind of really what I thought about this, but there's so many things that the ramifications of this, the money it frees up. I mean, it looks like they ate all the money on both guys. I think Ramsey actually got a $1.5 million raise. So now you freeze up maybe 30+ million. And now they're going to be, it was a report that they're looking at a tight end in the trade market. Yes. But we got to give credit to Chris Greer here. How do you look at this team now? Now, when you look at it now, without the corner, without Ramsey, which we kind of already predicted that wouldn't happen.
Yes.
Now without Jonnu, but the added of Minkah Fitzpatrick, kind of how do you feel about the roster now after this trade?
It's interesting because I thought that the Dolphins had the worst safety room in the NFL. Now they have the worst cornerback room and the worst tight end room. The worst tight end room, worst cornerback room in the NFL. So Chris Greer still has to go to work. Then he needs to find another cornerback. He needs to find make a trade for a tight end. But there's no time that the Dolphins have enough picks to do it. So it's on the ball is Chris Greer court. If he doesn't do anything, the Dolphins are going to be for a run bumpy ride. But if they find a way to be a competent corner, and he gets, a similar tight end. Someone looks better pro than Jonnu. He was criticized even for the Dolphins management for his blocking during this offseason, a record-breaking season, but he still got criticized for it. So if they find a better tight end and a better corner, the Dolphins might even sneak into the playoffs. I like the addition of Minkah Fitzpatrick. Of course, for Weaver's safety is key. All of you who know that Anthony Weaver loves his safeties. He can do a lot with Minkah Fitzpatrick. So hopefully he's happy to come back to the Dolphins, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, shout out to Jake and the Kadeem, everybody. I know this is an impromptu live. I wanted to go live right after it happened, but I was on the road, and people are working in their offices now. But
yeah, I'm at lunch. I have 4 minutes left.
4 minutes. Don't worry, we got somebody coming in to relieve you.
Absolutely.
Well, so who do you like at the tight end now? Like some of the names, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, we love Kyle Pitts. I know the Dolphins really were looking at him with that during that draft. You're the draft expert here, but I'm sure you can agree with me. The Dolphins were looking at Kyle Pitts. If they find a way to bring Kyle Pitts to this team, again, he's a better blocker than Jonnu Smith. He's a better all-around player. He gives the Dolphins a completely different dimension. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen because, of course, when we want someone, usually it doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But it will.
Yeah.
I would love it. It would be great for the Dolphins if you can find a way to do it. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah. I also think that when you look at the situation with Jonnu is when we brought in Nick Westberg and I always said he fits more the role of the Jonnu Smith. So, and we're going to talk about, we have a show tonight still, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to change the headline tonight, but we'll see. No, we'll keep going what we have. But
I will go half and half with you, man. I will go half Ramsey and half the future because again,
but there's a certain guy we're going to talk about. I think this opens up. I don't think the Dolphins starting tight ends on this roster. I think that's the next ball to drop. I think they're going to go get change the headline.
there's the market for tight ends. Dolphins can make a trade if they want to. So there's no excuse for the Dolphins to get
some of the names. Michael Meyer, Kyle Pitts. I just love. Again, Chris Greer getting a player of this caliber. It almost makes me wonder what's wrong with Minkah for the Steelers to get. That's where my weird head goes all the time because I'm thinking, what's wrong with him if he's coming here?
Again,
he's 28. He's got 2 more years left on his deal. I think it's 15, 17. That's fine.
And he's not getting traded for a chopped liver. Gets traded for a whole flame cornerback who's still very good at. He's not at his prime. Probably he's started his decline, but still he's one of the best cornerbacks ever to play the game. You ask me, I love for Ramsey when he was a Dolphin. I'm sad that it didn't work, but it's reality. It is what it is. He didn't want to be here. He needed to be traded. So they're getting a good player in Ramsey. Let's not kill ourselves. So it's a fair trade, but I still believe the Dolphins won this trade. So I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, and sorry, I was just texting Jason. I wonder now. Like we look at the safety room, it's totally changed. Minkah Fitzpatrick, and I would assume Melifonwu starts at the other position. How do you now we go from that? Now the cornerback room, does it become less? Do you think there are? I wonder, are they going to go after anybody? They're just going to we're better at the safety now. We're better at the safety now. Remember, they've mentioned multiple times they think they can get by, and they've seen previous teams do with corners that maybe draft in the 4th, 5th round, even some undrafted guys. Who's out there? I mean, I wonder if the corner thing is still legit.
Well, last week they were in the cornerback sweepstakes today, but he wanted to run. See, the guy wanted to side with the Ravens, so they're interested. They're in the market. If they didn't do any moves for that, you say, they're looking for corners, but they tried, so they're still looking for corners. So I expect them to add one more corner. Probably, I don't know, Douglas, or we'll see what happens. But I expect the Dolphins to add one more corner, and
so do I. I'm thinking somebody. I think an Asante Samuel Jr. still a name to keep an eye on post July. I think, we know the names. Rasul Douglas, all the names. And let me know when you got to get out of here.
I got to run, but I'll see you tonight.
Okay, I'll see you tonight. I'm going to stay on. I'll stay on, chat with the people, and we'll talk tonight, 7:30 p.m.
Oh, thank you, guys. Later.
All right. Take care. All right, fellas. I thought this was, let me get my screen up in here. All right, so guys, we're here breaking down the trade of Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dolphins acquire Minkah Fitzpatrick. Yes, we acquired Minkah Fitzpatrick. I still can't believe that we were able to acquire Minkah in this trade. I'm going to bring up the details of this trade while we're waiting here. And let me bring it up here. The details of this trade. Here are the details. Full term, Steelers get Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, and we give a 7th round pick. We get Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 5th round pick. I'm gonna open it up here. Anybody in the chat? I never do this, but if anybody in the chat wants to come on and hop on and give your comments, I'll throw the link in the chat. It's up to you guys, but I'm going to hang out with you guys a bit here and talk about the deal. But yeah, so what are you guys' thoughts in the chat? What are you guys' thoughts on this deal? I love it. I think when I first saw this, again, it came in waves, right? First of all, it was Dolphins trade Ramsey to the Steelers. The return wasn't out there. I was surprised. I was like, what's going on? No return. It took a few minutes. Then, oh, wow, Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey. And then later on it came out, it's Jonnu Smith and and Jalen Ramsey for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Still, again, I thought, okay, what's wrong with Minkah? I went to go look up his contract. He has 2 more years left. I think the big question too is the money that the Dolphins saved in this deal. And as you can see, to add on to that, guys, this also was tweeted out after. Tom Pelissero, the Dolphins are now in conversation with multiple teams about acquiring a tight end after sending Jonnu Smith to Pittsburgh. So it got me thinking, okay, who's out there? There's obviously a couple names that we all know about that we've heard about. Kyle Pitts. Is he available? What will it cost? Noah Fant. The one that I think everybody loves and will fit this offense is Michael Mayer. Shout out to Kosa. How you doing? Shout out to Jonathan. Let me also put that in the link here. I'm going to put the give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to pop in, again, you don't have to. I'm just giving everybody a chance to get this off their chest if they want to talk about this big deal, because this is a rare player-for-player deal. And if you're watching anywhere else, guys, come join us on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. Help support the channel. Get in the chat, the comment section. I love the comment section. So please fill up the comment section after the video, and I'll make sure to always reply. We appreciate everybody, all the support for the channel. But come on over to YouTube if you're watching anywhere else. We're here talking the Blockbuster trade. Miami Dolphins acquire. He's back, baby. Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know it's hard to, you have to say it over and over again. It's hard to believe they acquire him from the Steelers, and they send out Smith and Ramsey. And it looks like I think Ramsey gets a little bit of a raise too. So I believe Ramsey gets a little bit of a raise on the deal. So again, here I'll leave the terms up, so in case anybody was living under a rock can see what the deal was of the trade. So I see a lot of who are some of the guys you like to go after. I see some Michael Mayer. Yeah, he's a guy. What do you think the cost would be? I think not too much. I don't think it would be that heavy. He's somebody I would love for them to acquire. He'd fit. He's kind of that tight end that best of both worlds, can play that wide tight end, but also some upside in the passing game. Physical, a guy the Dolphins love coming out of the draft. So, he's a guy I would love. Welcome back, Minkah. Yes, baby. Minkah Fitzpatrick is back. And again, guys, we're going to have a live tonight, and we're going to go over all this stuff again. At 7:30, we'll have myself, we'll have Jason Sarney, we'll have Sammy, and maybe a special guest or two. I'm not sure, but we'll go over everything again tonight. But I just wanted to give everybody a recap and kind of give everybody a little bit of time to kind of go over this deal and kind of talk about it, because this is a big one. This changes the outlook for me on the Dolphins a little bit. I thought, okay, you're trading Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey. What are you getting back? And kind of what direction is. You got back the best player in this deal, right? I think Minkah Fitzpatrick is 28 versus these other guys are 30, 31. I think you got the best player in this deal back, and that's always when you win a trade, when you get the best player back. And I think Minkah has 2 years left on his deal. I can actually bring up let me see if I can bring up his contract, Minkah's contract on Sports Track here. Minkah Fitzpatrick contract situation. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, here we go. His contract. So yeah, he has 2 years left. Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen here. Yeah, 2 years left on his deal. So not bad. It's at 15 and 16. Let me pop it up. All right, let's see. Yeah, so here's the contract situation. 2 years left. As you can see, 2 years left at $15 million and at 17.6, and it's age 30 year. So he has 2 more years left. Let me get that little off there. 2 more years left. Yeah, so here we go. 29-year-old season this upcoming season, he be 15.5, and 26 is his last year of his contract at 17.6. So not bad. I mean, this is, and the money you sent out is crazy, So I don't believe the Dolphins had to eat any of the money. I believe you look at it, it could be a total of $34 million going out. It opens up them possibilities to do other things. We heard that by the report by Tom Pelissero, Dolphins are looking now to upgrade at the tight end position. They're currently seeking an upgrade via trade. We know the names that are out there. Kyle Pitts, Michael Mayer, Noah Fant. There's a bunch of probably names we don't even know right now. They're probably scouring the wire here. And again, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Again, I put the link in the chat if everybody wants to pop up. It's up to you guys. If you want to pop up and give your thoughts, kind of like a old sports radio show. If you guys want to pop up and give your thoughts on the trade, this is a big deal. This is a blockbuster deal. You very rarely see these player-for-player trades in the NFL. But I appreciate everybody in the chat. And if you guys are watching anywhere else, come on over to YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. I appreciate it. Yes, welcome back, Minkah. Yeah, this is – everybody loves the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade. This is a clear – again, I've criticized Chris Greer a lot. He's a guy – but he made out of a bad situation. I got to give him credit. He got a heck of a player. I never thought in a million years they'd acquire an all-pro player like Minkah Fitzpatrick, acquire him back for even if you added Jonnu Smith, because I thought what was individually, what was Jonnu Smith's and Jalen Ramsey's trade value? What was it? Maybe I thought Jalen get you a third or fourth the best, and Jonnu was the same. So if you're looking at individually and they're eating the money, 2/4. I mean, if you think about it, at best, a third and a fourth, like that's at best. If you combine them individually, this is something, I never thought they'd be able to accomplish, but it gives me some hope. Again, I temper my expectations. You did lose 2 quality players on your team. The cornerback position is interesting now. Now we look at the room. Okay, you lost Jalen Ramsey, which we anticipated, right? So now we got to look and say, are they going to just go with the corner position? Is something I reported in the beginning of the process, that the Dolphins were focused in on the front 7 and focused in on creating the pressure, and leave some of the back end stuff. You don't need two $15, $18 million players on the back end. So maybe Weaver's going to give these young guys a chance. Now that you also have Minkah back there as your last line of defense, might add on to that. I think they will add a corner, if it's a Rasul Douglas or if it's maybe an Asante Samuel Jr. When he kind of clears in July, could be a possibility. But if you look at now, you're looking at Minkah and probably Malafanu at the safeties, with your backups being, Ashton Davis, Dante Trader Jr. But I think more importantly is it shows that they're, Dolphins are still kind of going for it, right? They could have just traded these 2 guys for draft picks. So now they're kind of pivoting and saying, no, we're still going for it, which I thought they would. They're a team that's never in that building. They always think they can compete. They're never going to think that they're going to tank a year. It's not going to happen. And when you have Tua, I've always said there's a floor to this thing. So now, what do they do next? I think that's the question here. I think we sit and wait now. Stay tuned. What moves are they going to do next is what's really interesting. And again, it's already been reported. This is the Tom Pelissero report that they're in conversation with teams about tight ends. Again, I'll bring that back up. So that's interesting, and you all know the names. So this is fun. This is on the start of. I thought today was going to be the start of the NBA free agency, but the Dolphins break news here, and I think this is better than any of us could expected. Again, hats off to Chris Greer. It does make me wonder what's going on with Minkah that they gave him up so easily. I think we'll hear some stuff. I'm curious to hear some stuff that comes out after, like at the end of this, and see, like, is it, was there issues there, or was the play declining, or some things like that? I think you'll start to see some of those things come out, but it's interesting because I'm a little surprised. I'm sure, like you guys are, that they would give up Minkah Fitzpatrick for those 2 guys. But look, Steelers going to have a heck of a secondary now with Darius Slay and Joey Porter Jr. and all they had. Jalen Ramsey. Who knows? Could they see Jalen playing a little safety stuff for them? And that's kind of made them, think about that. Could that maybe have made them thought maybe we should maybe he'll replace a little bit of what Minkah does. So I just thought of that now. Yeah, Dolphins again, guys. Breaking news: Dolphins acquire Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jonnu Smith and Jalen Ramsey. I wanted to come on with you guys and just hang out for a bit and talk about it. But we will be back 7:30 p.m. tonight. Myself, Finn Sammy, Jason Sarney, and could be a special guest or two. Stay tuned. Come back with us at 7:30 tonight. Guys, thank you so much. We'll keep you updated on this whole thing. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments in the video. It helps get this video noticed and then promote the show. We appreciate it, guys. So we'll end this stream and we'll be back tonight. I hope you guys appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned. We're out. Fins up.